Hello, you're welcome back to Ngo's Kitchen. I'm always excited to have you back. Guys, in today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this super yummy, flaky sausage roll. So Nigeria has so many snacks and sausage roll is one of them. So to make sausage roll, we need sausages. So I'll be using this type of sausage. So what I'm going to do is to cut them individually and take off the skin, like what I'm doing. So now I'm going to put a little bit of mark on the body of the sausage and I'm going to peel off the skin like what I'm doing. So if you're using this kind of sausage, please make sure you take off the skin because you don't want to make or prepare your sausage roll with the skin on it. So you take off the skin from all the sausage that you'll be using. Guys, there are different kind of sausages. It depends on the one you're using. If you're using something like this, then please do make sure you take off the skin. But if you're using other sausages, then it's absolutely fine. So after taking all the skin of the sausage, the next thing is to season my sausage. I will be using 1 cube of seasoning cube. I will squeeze it on top of the sausage, and the next thing I'll be adding is my onion salt, ½ teaspoon, and the next thing I will be adding is ½ teaspoon of nutmeg, grated nutmeg, and the next thing is some curry and some thyme, ½ teaspoon each. And now I'm going to give it a very good mix to incorporate the seasoning and the sausages together. So now I'll cover the sausage and I'll set it aside, and I will move to the next step, which is to prepare the dough. So to make the dough, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, I have 150 grams of butter, 2 eggs, ½ cup of fresh milk, ½ teaspoon of baking powder, ½ teaspoon of salt, and ½ teaspoon of nutmeg. So the next thing now is to sieve my flour into a more spacious bowl to allow proper mixture. So now I'm going to add my dry ingredients. Now I'm adding the baking powder, and I'm adding now the salt, and the next thing I'm adding is the nutmeg. So after adding the nutmeg, I'll mix the dry ingredients together very well, and the next thing I will be adding into the dry ingredients is my chopped butter, and I will start mixing the butter and the flour and other ingredients to incorporate them very well and to achieve a crumblite texture. So this is exactly what you should have after adding the butter. Now the next step, what I will be adding is my whisk eggs. So I break the 2 eggs and I whisk it, and now I'm pouring it inside the batter, and I'm going to mix them until they incorporate very well. Then I'll go ahead to add my fresh milk. So now I'm going to start mixing them properly again with my hands. So now I'm adding the fresh milk, and I'm going to mix them again thoroughly until a perfect dough is formed. So guys, I have a perfect dough now, so I'm going to cover and allow to rest for 20 minutes. So this is after 20 minutes. Dough has rested for 20 minutes. Now I will transfer the dough onto a clean working surface where I will continue to knead for 3 to 5 minutes. So guys, now I've achieved a beautiful airy texture dough. Now I'll cut it in two and I will start rolling each side into a beautiful shape. So guys, at this point I'm going to be using the rolling pin to continue the kneading process. So with the help of my rolling pin, I'm going to roll it all flat on the surface, so thereabout I will be able to cut it into the desired shape, and I will start filling it with the sausage that we've already seasoned and kept aside earlier on. So guys, once you roll it out like this, use your knife to cut off the excess to give you a better shape, like what I'm doing. So guys, now that we've cut off all the excess at the edges, can you see how beautiful it looks already? So now we'll start filling in the sausage inside the batter. So it depends on how you want to fill it. It is always ideal to fill your sausage not too much, just not too much, not too small, just moderately like this, because remember we are going to be rolling it. So if you fill it too much, it's going to be too huge. So I reckon you fill it moderately so you have the perfect size of sausages. So guys, after filling in the sausages, the next thing is to brush the side of the sausages with egg wash. This will keep the sausage moist while baking in the oven. After that is done, you lift up the edge and you place it on the sausage like so, and you start pushing it forward, rolling it gradually like what I'm doing. So now I'm going to be sealing it up with egg wash. So there are two ways to this. You can either add the egg wash before sealing it completely. I will be doing the next one and you will see. So now guys, what you want to do is to cut off the edge like I'm doing so, and you repeat the same process at the other edge. You cut off it as well. Then now I'm going to be cutting into my desired size. So this is medium size, this is not too big and this is not too small, and I'm going to be sealing it up again with egg wash. And that is my tray. My baking tray is ready. So if you don't have the lining, you can use cooking spray or you can use vegetable oil just to grease your baking tray to avoid sticky. So guys, the same thing I'm repeating. I'm just brushing off the edges with egg wash just to keep them moist while they are baking in the oven. So after that is done, this is the next batch. I'm still going to repeat the same process. I'm going to roll it for 1 or 2 minutes and I will stretch it out with my rolling pin, and I will cut off the edges, fill it up, and I'm going to roll it up. So now I'm cutting this in two because I want this one to be a little bit smaller than the first one. So now I'm filling it up with my sausage. So now I'm brushing the edges with egg wash. This will keep the sausage roll moist inside while baking in the oven, and gently you lift up the edges and you seal it up with the sausage and you roll over gently like I'm doing so. So this is the second method. Before sealing completely, you brush up with egg wash and you seal it completely. So that's that. You roll it over and again using your hand to firm it down, and you cut off the edge to keep it sealed. Now we cut into our desired size. So these ones are smaller than the first batch because that's how I wanted them. And now I'm going to seal the edges again with egg wash to keep them moist while baking in the oven. And after that, I'm going to repeat the same process with the last batch. So if today is your first time on this channel, my name is Ngozi and I'm very excited to have you. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing and pressing the button that said notification so you'll be able to get all that video that will be coming. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around. I'm not taking it for granted. So guys, this is it. Now I'll be transferring to the oven to bake for 25 to 30 minutes on a low medium heat of 160 degrees. So this is after 30 minutes. Sausage roll is fully cooked, looking so beautiful. They taste super delicious. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about today's baking. Until then, remain blessed. Love you. Bye.